The first page that you'll see when you go into one of your courses is called the home page. And most courses will have similar home pages. They'll have similar types of buttons and a banner that tells you what course it is and whatnot. So I want you to explore what is on the home page so that you can use it to your advantage. So let's take a look at an example. And so let's go into Stuart's fourth grade math class here. And you notice that it opens straight to the homepage. And so let's look at some of the things that are built into the system, as well as what the teacher might individually do. So for example, we can see the course navigation. Now this navigation might be longer or it might be shorter, it might have less items, and that's really just dependent on the teacher. What do they feel like you need to have? On the very opposite side, you can see that you can actually change the view. And I won't click on these right now, but when you get into your accounts, you can and you should. And it just shows you different parts of the course. Okay. Underneath there are to-dos for the course, and that includes both the to-dos for like assignments that your teacher sets, but also if you've done any to-dos yourself using the dashboard page, those will show up here as well. At the top, if your teacher has put any assignments, or not assignments, I apologize, announcements, those will be there. And like I said on the video on announcements, there might be 1, 2, or even up to 3 announcements. But let's get into the homepage itself. So if you are in a first grade through a 6th grade class, then you're going to have basically the same elements in each class, math class, science class, whatever. And that's going to be a banner at the top, some buttons. We'll look at the buttons in just a second. A welcome message and or video. And then this is the special part down here, which is a schedule that could either be buttons or it might just be a list of what your schedule is for the day and being able to actually click on one. So for example, if I click on science, I'm going to click it in another tab. It goes straight to my science class or Stuart's science class. Okay. And so go back to the math class, just like that. And so that just kind of helps getting around your different courses without having to go back out to the dashboard all the time. This wouldn't be there for most middle school students or high school students. Let's go back up here to the top though. I want you to pay attention to these 5 buttons right here. Now, your class or your subject might have slightly different looking buttons. Maybe they use different images or whatnot. And there's a number of possibilities out there. Or they may have even added some buttons here, and that's good too. But these 5 buttons should be there. And let's just take a look at what each one does. So the first one says start here. And you know what? That takes you to where you need to go for your learning. And so if you press on it, it takes you to the module page so that you can then go to the module that you need to. So here is, general information. So I'm just going to close that. And here's this week's information. And I can go to Monday's assignment and click on it. And then I can find out what I'm supposed to learn. If I want to go back to the home page, all I have to do is click home right here in the upper left of the course menu. So click home. The next button is go to Zoom, and that will actually launch a Zoom session. And so if you were to click on it, it would take, it doesn't launch the Zoom session. I apologize. It might if your teacher has set it up that way, but it also might bring you to the Zoom page where you would then be able to join a Zoom session by clicking there or see any previous recorded meetings or something like that. Let's go back to the home page. We'll do a whole video on how to use Zoom well. The assignment calendar, it actually takes you out to this same one right here, but it just makes it a little bit easier. So we click and it takes you to the calendar. There's no dates in August. So here you can see there's an assignment that's coming up, and there are different views that you can look by week or by agenda, which lists out all the assignments. Okay. And to get back, all you have to do is hit the back button, or you can go back in through the dashboard. We'll do a video on the calendar as well. The course overview takes you to the kind of what high school students call a syllabus, or what that course is about. And this might have like what you're going to be studying this year, Or, for example, like what will each period look like. And so, for example, in this one, they're going to learn together on Zoom for 20 minutes, and then they're going to do 20 minutes on their own. And here's some different things that they might do. And then in the afternoon, they're going to do independent time, or what's called asynchronous time. And this might be similar to what you will see, but each class will do it slightly different. There might be some class expectations. And again, in order to get back to the homepage, we just click home. And the last button here is get help. And this is an important one because if you need help in your class, we're going to click there. This will tell you how you can get help. So for example, Mr. Teacher here is saying you can use the inbox, which is here, and there's a lesson on that. You could send an email, and then there's the address. You could actually schedule a Zoom session. Some teachers will let you do that, and they'll teach you how. Or you could even call the school and leave a message. And so there's all kinds of ways to get help. So this is the basics of the homepage. It's the first place that you get to when you go into a course. And so make sure you get used to going to the right place, particularly paying attention to what your schedule is or where you're supposed to be at the different times. Cheers.